Welcome to AFM's Devotional, Grace and Grit. My name is Brian Wilson. My wife, Duong, and I are volunteer missionary candidates preparing to go to southern Thailand. Lockdown, sequestration, and that's such a hard word to say, sequestration, quarantine. COVID-19 has shouted aloud, "You're grounded," to our collective humanity. Most of the human race is in some type of a lockdown situation. Now, after a couple months of this, the threat of going stir-crazy or succumbing to cabin fever is beginning to set in. I know many are learning new skills and taking up hobbies. I've been learning some new skills that I hope will be useful when we go to Thailand. But the biggest blessing has been more time with God through prayer and Bible study. Some cabin fever is due to perspective. I know that my natural personality is to look at what I can't do instead of what I can do. I was thinking about this recently, and in the process discovered two action verbs in the New Testament. These are activities that can be done during the quarantine. In fact, there is a lifetime of activity in these two words. These words are flee and pursue. Flee and pursue. Flee means to run away from something, while pursue means to chase after something. Doing a simple concordance search of these two words in the New King James Version, we find several activities. The first is in 1 Corinthians 6:18, where Paul says, "Flee sexual immorality." Run away from it. Next, in 1 Corinthians 10:14, he says, "Flee from idolatry." In 1 Timothy 6:11, we are told to flee these things. Well, what are these things? Reading a little bit further, we learn that Paul is referring to envy, strife, evil suspicions, and greed. Three verses that ask us to flee from certain things. Joseph is an example in the Bible of someone who fled from temptation. Pastor C.D. Brooks used to say in his sermons that our problem is that we often crawl slowly away from temptation, hoping that it will catch up with us. The opposite of flee is pursue. I'm currently an interim pastor in Alaska, learning to speak to a camera during this quarantine time. And there is a hunting culture here. I'm told that it is a mental sport more than a physical sport. The difference between pursuing and following after is that your mind is in the game. In Paul's writing, there are several things we are told to pursue. Romans 14:19, pursue the things which make for peace. 1 Corinthians 14:1, pursue love. 1 Thessalonians 5:15, pursue what is good, both for yourselves and for all. 1 Timothy 6:11, pursue righteousness, godliness, faith, love, patience, gentleness. And finally, Hebrews 12:4, pursue peace with all people and holiness. What would happen if in our pursuit we actually caught up to peace? Or if we caught love? So in this time of quarantine, that is what I would like to leave with you. Activities to keep you active. Something that you can do to pass the time in a meaningful way. And that is to run away from those things that Paul says to flee, and to chase after those things he says to pursue. There is enough here for a lifetime of activity. Amen.
this earth, in the heart of a foreign land. A family with a passion is living their mission plan, bringing God's truth to a hungry, thirsty tribe, knowing well their lives are always on the line. Missionaries need missionaries too. They need the prayers of loved ones, they need love from me and you. And when they just like Christ make the ultimate sacrifice, someday in heaven they'll thank you, 'cause you're a missionary too. Someday in heaven they'll thank you for the things your prayers have brought them through, and your mission is accomplished. Oh, thank you, you're a missionary too. You're a missionary too. You're a missionary too.